Imagine a world where your happiness isn't tied to the affection you get from others. A world where the longing glances, missed calls, and thinking of you messages don't dictate your emotional state. This isn't a story from ancient times, but a reality you can experience today. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has withstood the test of time, teaches us to find inner peace and happiness, regardless of our external circumstances. But how does this relate to wanting someone to miss you? In love and relationships, we often crave the attention and affection of others, thinking this external validation is key to our happiness. Yet, Stoicism offers a counterintuitive approach. By focusing on self-improvement, fostering emotional independence, and appreciating the present moment without attachment, we inadvertently become more attractive and, ironically, more likely to be missed. In today's video, we dive into the Stoic way of living and loving. By embracing Stoic principles, we can enrich our lives and transform our relationships in the most unexpected ways. And as always, your support is much appreciated. A simple yet impactful way you can help is by hitting that subscribe button. Please stay with us throughout the entire video, as every part has been carefully crafted to guide you toward a more fulfilling and Stoic way of living. Self-improvement over external validation. In our quest for happiness and fulfillment, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation. We often measure our worth by the reactions, opinions, and attention we get from others, especially in personal relationships. But what if I told you there's a more powerful, enduring path to happiness? The Stoic path teaches us to focus on what's within our control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while accepting what we cannot control, including the feelings and behaviors of others. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionless. It's about recognizing that true contentment and self-worth come from within, not from someone else's approval or attention. Think about it. When we connect our happiness on being missed or desired by someone, we give away our power. We become reactive to their actions, which can lead to a roller coaster of emotions. Stoicism offers us the tools to step off this ride. By cultivating behaviors such as wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, we build a strong, resilient character that finds joy in self-growth and personal achievements. This doesn't mean we should isolate ourselves or stop caring about others. Stoicism doesn't push for emotional detachment, but for emotional resilience. It encourages us to form healthy, meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not on neediness or dependency. By prioritizing self-improvement, we naturally become more intriguing and attractive to others. People are drawn to individuals who are confident, passionate about their pursuits, and content with themselves. So ironically, the less we focus on making someone miss us, the more likely it is to happen because we're living our best, most authentic lives. Let's start shifting our focus from seeking validation to nurturing our inner world. We'll invest time in learning new skills, exploring new hobbies, and deepening our understanding of who we are and what we stand for. This journey of self-improvement is not only fulfilling in itself, but also makes us more admirable and, yes, desired in the eyes of others. Remember, the goal of Stoicism is not to suppress our desires or deny our need for connections, but to remind us that our happiness and worth are not dependent on them. Independence and emotional resilience. Understanding that our reactions to events are within our control, even if the events themselves are not. This principle is incredibly empowering. It means that we hold the key to our emotional state, granting us a level of independence that's liberating. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control. This isn't just a strategy for personal peace, it's a roadmap to mental resilience. When we stop allowing societal pressures to influence our well-being, we cultivate a sense of independence that's both profound and practical. This independence doesn't mean isolation. On the contrary, it enables us to engage with the world from a place of strength and self-assurance. Consider the concept of emotional resilience in the context of relationships. While we can love and care for others, our happiness shouldn't hinge on their presence or approval. This perspective builds relationships on the foundation of mutual respect and genuine connection rather than dependency or fear of loneliness. By fostering emotional resilience, we become capable of enjoying deep, meaningful relationships without losing ourselves in them. Furthermore, Stoicism's emphasis on living according to nature, accepting the flow of life, reinforces that change is the only constant and that our ability to adapt to this change is a measure of our strength. This adaptability doesn't come from a place of passivity, but from active engagement with our values, goals, and the pursuit of virtue. So, how do we cultivate this independence and emotional strength? It starts with self-awareness, regularly reflecting on our thoughts, emotions, and responses to life's challenges. It involves practicing gratitude, focusing on the present moment, and engaging in activities that align with our core values. And crucially, it requires us to challenge our perceptions, asking ourselves whether our emotional responses are based on current realities or outdated beliefs. In embracing Stoicism, we learn to navigate life on our own. This journey towards independence and emotional strength is not a solitary one. It's filled by the wisdom of those who walked this path before us. As we incorporate Stoic principles into our lives, we find that our capacity for joy, our strength in adversity, and our ability to maintain balanced relationships all grow exponentially. Creating a meaningful life. Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus often spoke about the importance of living a life aligned with one's own nature and the nature of the universe. This is about recognizing what truly matters in life and dedicating ourselves to it. Meaning is found not in external successes or the accumulation of wealth, but in the cultivation of virtue, wisdom, and integrity. Contributing to the common good, engaging in the community, and developing relationships based on respect and understanding. Creating a meaningful life involves a deep dive into our inner selves, asking hard questions about who we are and what we stand for, requiring us to identify our values and to live by them, even when faced with difficulties or when it would be easier to simply go with the flow of societal expectations. Stoicism pushes introspection, urging us to not just think about our actions, but the intentions behind them. Are we acting out of morality, or are we motivated by a desire for external validation? Additionally, Stoicism teaches us about limited external conditions and the importance of focusing on what remains within our control. In this way, creating a meaningful life is less about what we achieve and more about how we live and the mindset with which we approach our days. Embracing this approach to life also means accepting that suffering and setbacks are natural parts of the human experience. Instead of perceiving them as obstacles to our happiness, we can view them as opportunities for growth, resilience, and a deeper understanding of the complexities of life. This doesn't mean we seek out suffering, but rather that we find meaning in overcoming it, learning from it, and moving forward with a strengthened spirit and a more compassionate heart. In practice, creating a meaningful life involves small, daily acts as much as it does grand gestures. It's found in the kindness we show to others, the integrity with which we conduct our work, and the passion we bring to our pursuits. It's in the moments we take to reflect on our place in the universe, to engage in acts of self-care, and to foster connections with others. These acts, grounded in Stoic principles, weave together to form a tapestry of a life well lived. Let's remember, the Stoic journey towards a meaningful life is not a solitary path. It's a path we walk together, supporting each other through shared wisdom and experiences. By anchoring our lives in this practice, we equip ourselves with the tools not just to face life's difficulties, but to thrive in them, finding joy, purpose, and meaning in every step taken along the way. Letting go of the desire for control. Recognizing early on that much of our frustration, anxiety, and even despair stems from our insistence on controlling the uncontrollable. We often expend tremendous energy trying to shape circumstances, outcomes, and even other people to our will, only to find that much of it is beyond our reach. This realization isn't meant to dishearten us. Instead, it's intended to free us from self-imposed chains that bind us to unattainable expectations. Embracing Stoicism's teachings on control allows us to channel our energy more productively and to focus on what truly lies within our power, our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. To let go of the desire for control is to accept the natural flow of events. While we can influence our actions, the outcomes are often beyond us. This doesn't negate the value of effort. Instead, it places it in a healthier perspective. By aligning our actions with our values and detaching from specific outcomes, we engage with life more authentically and entirely. Letting go involves a deep acceptance of the present moment. To trust that we can handle whatever comes our way, not because we can control it, but because we are capable of responding to it with wisdom and resilience. This acceptance isn't about passive resignation, but about active engagement with reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This Stoic teaching motivates us to view each moment as an opportunity to practice acceptance and to grow in wisdom. It invites us to question our deep-seated beliefs about control, success, and security. In doing so, we often discover that our true strength lies not in exerting our control over the external world, but in mastering our inner self. In practical terms, letting go of the desire for control means embracing flexibility and adaptability. It means being open to the unexpected, finding the courage to face uncertainties with a calm mind and an open heart. It's about learning to respond to life's challenges with grace, viewing them as opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. As we incorporate this principle into our lives, we find that our relationships deepen, our stress levels decrease, and our appreciation for the present moment increases. We understand that control is not the key to happiness. Balance, acceptance, and inner harmony are. Letting go of our desire for control, as taught by Stoicism, is not about taking back our power in its most potent form. It's a journey towards inner freedom, marked by a profound transformation in how we perceive and interact with the world. The exercises and practices we've discussed are not just abstract concepts, but practical tools that can be woven into the fabric of our daily lives, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. We're also learning to cherish and fully engage with the present moment, to appreciate the beauty in simplicity, and to foster connections that are rich in meaning and virtue. As we incorporate Stoic principles into our lives, we find that our perspective on happiness, success, and fulfillment begins to shift. We discover that true contentment comes not from external events or possessions, but from living in accordance with our deepest values. And in this discovery lies the key to a life of profound meaning and joy. Thank you for joining me on this journey at Vital Motives, where ancient wisdom meets modern living. Let's continue to explore and grow together. For more insights, I invite you to watch one of the suggested videos on the screen. Until next time, remember, the journey inward is the most significant journey of all.